What has a parent said to you that made you go WTF? When I was in grad school, a friend of mine introduced me to one of his coworkers he befriended, who was a few years older than us. He was a cool dude, and, since we hit it off, he'd often tell our mutual friend to invite me to tag along when they went out for a few beers after work and stuff like that. Since he was older, he was already married and he'd sometimes mention his daughter, which was totally normal. About a year after I met him, he invited my friend and me to a big barbecue at his place, and I finally met his family. We had just showed up and we were still saying our hellos when I noticed that the girl, I assumed was his wife, who was helping him with the cooking, looked exceedingly young, but I thought nothing of it and just assumed she was one of those people who looked way younger than their actual age. Until she called him dad, that is. He must have noticed my look of utter confusion because he burst out laughing and called her over and introduced her to me as his actual daughter, and he later explained to me that he'd had her when he was 15 years old, and then called over this little boy and introduced him as his grandson. Still laughing, he said to me, "Yeah, she made me a grandpa at 30 years old."